back with another video talking about my experience with COVID and dealing with its after effects. I thought I would focus this video on how I contracted the virus, what my initial symptoms were, and how I'm doing today. I am considered a COVID long hauler. And what is a COVID long hauler? Glad you asked. A COVID long hauler is someone who is experiencing the effects or symptoms of the virus long after the initial or the virus period. So, for example, they say that the virus should last between 7 to 14 days. A COVID long hauler would still have symptoms of the disease after that 14-day period. And where do I think I contracted the virus? Well, from work. I hadn't done anything uncharacteristically out of the ordinary. So I would just go to work, go to the store, and didn't really have a lot of interactions with other people. So it was basically I had started back to work, and I was 2 weeks into work, and I got sick. So what happened? So the day that I got sick, came home, was at the sink, just washing dishes, and suddenly I started to feel ill and felt chills and ache, and I felt a little warm. So I decided that I was going to, get some water. I get some water, but I wanted to drink some water. I thought I'd get some rest. So I went and got in the bed, and that was a Saturday. On Sunday, I needed to take a COVID test anyway for work. And so I made an appointment, and I stayed in the bed until my appointment's like 5 o'clock. So I stayed in bed all day, and I pretty much was trying to take, I'm just drinking lots of water. I was eating soup and just kind of hoping that it was just a cold or flu. Got up to the COVID test. When I went there, they took my vital signs. My temperature was 99.6. So I had a mild fever. And by the time I came home from taking my COVID test, I took my temperature again. It had rose to 102. From then, I stayed in the bed. And so on Monday, which was a holiday, I ended up, just staying in bed. And at the time, people were telling me different things to do. Drinks, eat soup, feed a fever, starve a cold. And I was just trying everything I could. I tried Tylenol. Tylenol didn't work for me. And you're supposed to take Tylenol, but I took Motrin, ibuprofen. They said that's a big no-no. So if you have COVID, don't take Motrin or ibuprofen. Stick with Tylenol. And I couldn't get that fever to break. It was at 102. Tuesday morning, got that notice. Ding! You're positive for COVID SARS. And so I started to on that Tuesday, I started to decline rapidly. So by Wednesday, I was getting weaker and weaker, and it was hard for me to get down to the steps. So I started scooting down the steps. By Thursday, I could not stand for long periods of time. I was extremely tired, and I prayed, and I was like, I need to go to the hospital. Even though people were saying, don't go to the hospital, I'm not going to do anything for you. But in my first mind, I was like, go to the hospital. So by Friday, Thursday, I knew I was in trouble because I could not keep any liquids down. And I had Pedialyte. I had Pedialyte for days. So thanks for the Pedialyte. And so I was drinking Pedialyte, and it wouldn't stay down. And so I finally, around 1 o'clock, was able to get up, put my clothes on, and it was such a struggle because I would have to put my shirt on, take a break, put my pants on, take a break, and put my socks on, take a break. So it was really, really, really a struggle. And so I finally got to the hospital, and they admitted me, and they told me that I had pneumonia, and definitely, excuse me, and that was a Friday. By Saturday, uh, I fell. That's another story. I have to tell you that story. So I fell at the hospital, but that was because I didn't have enough oxygen. And I fell in the bathroom, I fell in the shower. And so, if any attorneys out there, I'm just kidding. They took good care of me. So by Saturday night, they had moved me to the ICU unit. I was receiving as much oxygen without having to go to the respirator. And each day it was, a struggle. Every day I'll see them turning up the oxygen level. And I had a nurse come in, and she basically told me that the other part of the ICU unit was where the patients who were on the ventilators, they went. And I kind of made up in my mind, like, I am not letting them um, intubate me. And whatever that was for me, that's just what it was. And at one point, I did think that I wasn't going to make it out of the hospital, when I had planned and was talking to my only child to say, look, or my only son, look, this is where all my papers are, excuse me, and that you need to keep living, although I am not going to live. And I kind of had given up. And the funny thing, I know that there was a nurse named Glory, and when she walked into my room, for some reason that was a sign that I was going to be okay. And then also just different people were sharing different stories with me about overcoming, and basically encouraging me to fight, and lots and lots and lots of prayers. So definitely, so I'm here today, and the purpose of my videos are to help someone, help others who are maybe going through this, and to just kind of provide hope, because I want you to win. I'm still fighting. It's hard for me because, excuse me, hear me. I'm still struggling with it, shortness of breath, and but each day, there are other symptoms, oxygen deprivation, but every day I'm getting up, to fight. But I did want to say that, if you're going through it, and we just encourage each other. And it's tough. It's been hard, and each day, I just keep fighting. And I thank you, excuse me, for people who are supportive, and they're still encouraging me. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about my journey, what happened, and I'll come back, and I have some other things I'd like to talk about, some of the things I'm doing now that I'm home from the hospital. But it's, right now, it's every day it's different. Some days are better than others, but I just wanted to make this quick video. Can't talk too long because I get winded. I'm going to end, and I just want you to know that I want you to win, because I want to win, and I want you to be around, because I want to be around. So I'm rooting on you. I know you can do this, and with that, I'm going to end, and probably next week for the video. So thank you for watching. Whoever's watching, and if it's not for you, pass it on. All righty, you take care, and God be with you.